Hey, lovely people. Tammy C. Walker, the owner of Dreams Are a Reality. I created this channel to provide light and love. How you all doing? I'm doing good. How was your holidays? Happy New Year. And we have approached and entered into 2025. This is a year where I feel you may need to really equip yourself with having a strong mindset. Before I go any further, please hit that like button. Thank you all. I want to talk about quickly. I was thinking about taking a break from YouTube. Every time I want to take a break, God hits me with something else to say or do. I know this may have happened to you, other small YouTubers. I lost around, how many subscribers would that be? Gosh. Definitely 12, 13. I don't know what happened. I think they did a cleanup and maybe like those bot type subscribers, or maybe some people unsubscribed for the new year, but I definitely lost some. Um, this channel, it can be a lot of work sometimes. I don't have the bandwidth to crank out a lot of videos, but I try to go with whatever the spirit leads me to post or talk about. I could talk about a lot of other stuff too. It's really time and just time, really. But this year, let's talk about, or for right now, let's talk about how pity it can really, I really want to curse and say F you up. It really can when you have self pity. And once you start, you just you end up in a damn rabbit hole, you all. You really do. And I could speak on this because thoughts enter my mind, and I'll always be transparent with you all, always. So you all know my story that really follow me, and some of you all know me personally. Christmas and my family with my mom and dad were alive. It was like great. They really knew how to really have us in a good Christmas spirit. Of course, we were younger girls and teens, but my life hasn't been the same since, moving out, getting married, getting divorced, both of them passing, my mom and dad. And Christmas just ain't the same. It really isn't. Again, when I was in my long-term relationship, that was really sweet because even if my family didn't do much for Christmas, which typically we celebrate my grown niece's birthday on Christmas Eve, and that's always a great affair. But Christmas can be quiet, and that's okay. That's okay. But at least I had my guy, and so that would be nice. We would share that day together. So last few Christmases, this past Christmas was okay, but it's quiet and it can be kind of lonely a little if I let it be. And this year, I won't say lonely, definitely was quiet. I'm just trying to embrace this stuff because, I always be transparent with you guys. When I got a divorce in 1999, I never, ever, ever in a billion years thought I would be single this long. This is shocking to me. It's a little confusing. Then sometimes it's liberating. I've been able to accomplish some great things, getting my master's degree and opening my own practice. So I'm very grateful. But God knows I don't want this to be the end of the road for me. I really would like a partner to share the rest of my life with. God started it in the Bible with Adam and Eve. And we know everybody's not going to get married. Everybody's not going to have, the love of their life. Everybody don't get to have children, which I am one of those people. But I have desires and I'm having faith and I'm trusting and believing they will come to pass. When we have self-pity, it really daunts us. It damages us and it holds us hostage. I know some people have self-pity when they don't get a job and they're like, I really wanted that job, but I always try to get in front of that. And now as I get older, I'm looking at it as blessings when people turn me down. It's probably something at that job that wasn't for me. I'm very selective now, and this is kind of why I'm still at the company I'm at. When I'm looking at these other jobs and really listening to what they want out of me, it sounds like a lot. I'm not saying they don't require a lot where I'm at, but we have autonomy. And for me, as an older woman, I do need freedom, and I need to be able to make my own decisions. And my current role allows for that. And I feel very blessed over that. So, unless I can find something that tops that, I may be hanging out for a while. When you have self pity, even about being single, it can really come off when you date. If you have self pity about not having anyone, that's where desperation kicks in. And you are for 2025, I said I would not force another thing. I'm not forcing companionship with nobody. I'm not forcing this YouTube channel to grow. I'm not forcing my students at school to do anything. I'm tired. I am exhausted. I have exhausted all resources on forcing. So for 2025, I'm really working on just letting things flow. And when you go into that flow that Bruce Lee speaks about, be like water, just let it flow. It comes to you easily. But when you try to force and make and coerce and beg and plead and do the symphony, it don't work. You just end up exhausting yourself. When we have self-pity about how someone has treated us or our past, it holds us hostage. We are constantly blaming them for how they treated us, and they are this and they are that. But as my therapist told me back in 1999, Tammy, you chose to stay. So at some point, we have to take the blame. That's how I feel about my last few relationships. I got to take the blame because we don't have to stay with people who are not serving us well. We don't have to stay at jobs that are not serving us well. We don't have to stay in relationships this long where our needs are not being met. And honestly, we need to communicate better because some of us can be passive aggressive. God knows I am. And we rely or we assume that other person knows what we need, but it needs to be voiced. And often, not in a nagging form, not in the itchy form, put a B in front of it, not that way. Because some, God bless you ladies, women just go on and on until the break of dawn, saying what they want. And after a while, your man is going to tune you out. Or even your lady. They're going to tune you out. So make your needs known, but you don't have to sound like a broken record. Nobody likes to be browbeat. Nobody. God knows I can't stand it. So it's not a good feeling. It's okay to feel sorry for yourself just a little bit. Then throw it away. The world doesn't care. There's no room for it because your taxes still are due. Your job still wants you to perform well. And God knows the rent or the mortgage has to be paid. I remember when I got broken up with a few years ago on my way to work. I deserve so much more than that. But we expect people to meet our needs and they don't even meet their own needs. We have a lot of expectations, don't we? You all, I'm looking out the window, it's freezing cold here. Somebody cleaned off their car. I'm in for a rude awakening today. I didn't park my car by my window, so I usually do that so I can start it up, but I put it closer to my house. I had some groceries and stuff to bring in. I actually took stuff to Goodwill, and now I'm regretting it because I need to start up my car early because it is freezing cold. However, it is sunny. If it's freezing cold in Chicago, pretty much it's going to be sunny. So I appreciate the sun. But anyway, that day I got broken up with, tears streaming down my face. I took my butt right in that job. I worked in HR, jumped on those phones and helped those retirees and employees. Because, yeah, you got broken up with, but, I still got to pay this rent on the first. That's how I thought. Cry when you get home, cry later. Sometimes we don't even have the room to cry or grieve because we still have so much pressure on us. Let me leave you with some things that may help. Remember that this too shall pass. Even when it's something negative, even when it's grief, it will pass. You will never stop grieving for the loved ones you lost. I never stopped grieving for my parents. I loved my parents. I appreciate what they instilled in me. I'll see them again. I really will. They probably wouldn't come back here if they could. This world is a tough world of bills and illness and strife and relationship stuff. It's stressful being a grown up. People don't talk about it. But life is what we make of it, you all. And we have to take a risk. And we have to be grateful, as I just wrote in my journal. And take each day as it comes. Stay in the moment. Our negative thoughts will have us going down a path that's not even true. The lies we tell to ourselves. 60,000 thoughts passing through your mind per day. A big chunk of them are on automatic. A lot of them can be negative. Don't have self-pity, you all. It doesn't do you any good. I went to the library a few days ago and I grabbed 5 books. Napoleon Hill's Keys to Positive Thinking, which I ended up ordering through Amazon, used, because I'm like my friend. I'm tired of spending all my money on Amazon, so I only spent like $2 for it. So that worked out good. In closing, be careful about attending these parties. Parties I refuse to attend. Pity party. You're feeling sorry for yourself. Patsy party. You're looking for someone to blame. Pride party. You're suffering from injured ego. Pig party. You're being selfish. Again, the pity party, when you're feeling sorry for yourself, it serves you no good. You end up in a rabbit hole, and just think real fast. Who is going to pull you out of that hole once you're buried in there? People don't have time to baby you, and they're selfish. They are going to leave you where you stand. Okay? Now, some, they'll do the do-si-do with you for a little while and listen to you. After a while, they checking out. Don't feel sorry for yourself. Patsy party. You're looking for someone else to blame. My mother did this to me. My dad did this to me. All the relationships I've been in were horrible. My kids. And those things are true sometimes. But what can you do about it now? What have you learned from that lesson? And if it was your parents, that's not fair. You didn't deserve that. But we can't change the past, but we can work on ourselves now. Pride party, suffering from injured ego. Whew. Pride goeth before the fall. That's one emotion. That's not a good one. You could be prideful, you could be stubborn, but in the end, you will always lose. Having too much pride, not asking for help, not being real with your feelings, it only hurts you. And the pig party, you're being selfish. I got to take care of myself. I'm making myself a priority. Oh, I heard that loud and clear. You're going to be by yourself being selfish. Selfishness can also mean being alone. And as someone told me, there are some men out here who did not take care of their kids, but now they're 60 and 70 years old at the hospital. Hospital won't release them without somebody taking care of them. Now they want to call their daughter, who says, he can't come to my home. I don't know him. We never spend any time together. Be careful being selfish. It can come back and bite you. Think about those pity parties that I named. And as the book stated, look at this at the beginning of your day. What's going on? Do not attend any of those pity parties. Alrighty, you all. I got to get out of here. I have booked a massage today. Thank God. I need it. And today is Self-Care Friday. I'm off today. Well, I hope your 2025 is blessed. Maybe use this weekend, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, to write down some goals for 2025. Not necessarily resolutions, goals, things you can work on from January through December. And don't be stressed out or strict with your deadline dates. Just write them down and write them down often, daily if you need to, and work on them. Tammy Sharice Walker signing off. Thank you all for listening always. Bye.